You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
Welcome everybody to episode number 55 of the Better Marlins Fans Podcast. I'm your host, Dave Gunn, and alongside me, as always, Mr. Brett Griffin. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, man.
You
Got
look
to go
great.
out to the ballpark yesterday. I know, rocking my new Marlins Spider-Man hoodie, short sleeve, so not too crazy, but yeah, got to make it out to the ballpark yesterday and watch Yuri pitch a gem and watch the fish almost blow it, but it
Well,
was a good
I mean,
time.
it was one of the few bright spots over the last week. Oh, the Luis Castillo also the bobblehead.
Yeah,
I saw that they had some special stuff out there. They had like the golden jersey with his name
they
and number
did.
in gold. Same thing. I saw Jack McKeon's up there also.
Yeah,
And then had some old timers out there.
yeah, it was cool. The first pitch was Castillo to Agon, that double play duo that won us 0-3 and
Yeah,
was probably the best shortstop second baseman combo we've had. Maybe
the
Hanley and Ugly
Ugla,
was better,
yeah,
but
Ugla and Ramirez.
offensively, but yeah, that might
No,
have been better, but yeah, no, that was the double play duo of my childhood. So
so the week wasn't the best.
no,
Um, it started against the Cardinals. That first game, I believe we took an early lead with Yuri on
hmm
the mound. I remember 2 weeks ago, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm stupid and I jinxed us. But I remember 2 weeks ago, he won a game. I think it was 2-0, I believe it was. And I
hmm
said Yuri only needs a 2-0 lead. And the last two games, I believe he had 2-0 leads, and he blew both of them. Oh, well, prior to yesterday,
yeah,
and he ended up blowing both of them, and we ended up losing. That first Cardinals game, it really killed me because I know we were talking about last week. Like maybe we could sweep the Cardinals. The Cardinals aren't in the best form. Maybe we can do this and we can stay afloat. But things took a turn for the worse after that quick early good start. What did you think about that Cardinal series?
I thought the Cardinal series was disappointing. Especially that game one. I thought that was our chance to take that series. I really did think we were going to come out of that series talking about at least a series win.
At least.
Not talking about how we had to claw our way to a win in the last game just to avoid a sweep. So I did expect us to perform better. But like the first two games weren't even close. What was it? 3-8, 4-7. So not great. Sandy got us back on track, and Sandy
Hmm.
looked really good in that last game. And I
But
always
Yuri
like
looked
seeing.
pretty bad. His command was off. He had a couple wild pitches. I
Yeah,
remember. You remember it was a week ago, literally 7 days ago. We're like, we got the Cardinals, we got Yuri, we got
yeah.
Eddie, and we got Sandy.
We could win
That's
all
the
three.
best we got. That's the best we got. Let's go. And Sandy saves us.
Uh,
And out of the three, I think Sandy was the one that was the biggest question mark for us.
yeah,
And he ended up saving our ass.
yeah, and I think Yuri. I think we kind of forget because he's so mature on the mound. Sometimes I think we all forget how young he actually is still. So we do forget that. But yeah, Eddie had a just an atrocious start in that second game, um, giving up runs in I think all three of the first innings
Hmm.
or first three innings, and you know Marlins tried to claw back, and then he gave up two more. So that one was kind of doomed. But
It was a rough outing. Now the one positive, I remember I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. Maximo Acosta, his first MLB home run.
yeah,
So trying to find bright spots over the last week because there weren't many, unfortunately.
yeah, there definitely weren't.
Hmm. And so we went to Cardinal series. We lose 2 out of 3. At that point, I'm starting to feel really bad because I know we got the Blue Jays coming up,
Yeah,
but you never know with this Marlins team. They were surprising us just a couple weeks ago. So I was like, maybe we'll sweep the Blue Jays, get maybe 2 out of 3. Maybe we'll go 3-3 in the last 6 and feel good about ourselves. But a lot of the same when we got into that Blue Jays series. Your thoughts on the Blue Jays?
I agreed with you. I kind of thought we'd take at least 2 out of 3 with the Blue Jays, and then that dream was kind of shattered real quickly in the first inning of that first game when we gave up
Yeah.
3 runs. I was like, oh, maybe this isn't going to happen. But I mean, we did kind of try and come back in that game too. We scored 2 runs, so finished 5-3. Um, but I did think that extra inning thriller on Saturday. I thought we were going to come back and win that. I
Yeah.
was really disappointed when we came back in
Just,
the tied it in the
Sanoha had a
ninth,
big game.
tied it in the 10th, tied it in the
Yeah.
11th, and then we couldn't come up with it in the 12th, which stunk. But yeah, Sanoha had a really good game that game. What was he? 3 for 5 with a double, 3 RBIs, and a stolen base.
Nah, I think he tied the game 2 or 3 times that
Hmm.
game.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
timely
and then
batting.
yeah, yeah, it was it was good because again, like a team that's this young, like you want to see them have that fight, you want to see them try and come back and stuff because most teams don't when they're this young. But it was a fun game. I did think we would come back on top, but it was nice to see us hold with you know one of the best teams in baseball.
Yeah. And then yesterday's game, which you were at, I think
Yeah,
obviously the win is great. I think the giveaways were a big talking point also because I
yeah,
love in Miami you can't give away long sleeve hoodies, so you give away short sleeve
no
hoodies.
short sleeve.
Beautiful. I absolutely love it. I hate that I didn't go to get that. And then you had the Luis Castillo bobblehead, another
Yeah,
chef's kiss, beautiful giveaway. And then you had everybody, the old timers showing up. You were telling me you were at the stadium. You texted me like,
yeah.
this is the most full I've seen the stadium in a very long time.
Yeah, the whole lower deck was just about full. Outside of the outfield was a little sparse, but the whole lower deck was full. And then I heard people above us in the upper deck. It was a really good
Turnout.
crowd. Like we had the wave going a couple times. Like the everybody was really behind the team. And it wasn't like we had talked about earlier where like normally the AL East teams come here and it's they outsell the Marlins fans. Like it was Marlins fans.
Yeah. And that's
And
great.
yeah, it was fantastic. And we got there a little bit later than we had intended to. And we actually, and I was like, oh, first 8,000 people are getting a Luis Castillo bobblehead. Like I'm not worried about
Yeah,
that.
you should be a
And
shoe
they
in.
were gone. They were gone. And so I was standing in line with my kids, and my son asked me, he goes, "Oh, Daddy, where's the
The
he
bobblehead.
calls them yeah, he calls them pop heads for some reason." I'm like, "Oh, I'm like
The
we
Funko
didn't we
Pops.
didn't get here." Yeah, I guess maybe that's why.
Hmm.
And I was like, "Well, we didn't get here early enough to get one, so we missed out." And this lady was like, "Oh, like, hey, like me and my husband got one, and I don't need two. Like here, you can have this one." And he took like he had his Spider-Man hoodie still in the bag, and he was like, "You want my hoodie?" And like did a trade with her, and it was kind of
Oh,
cool.
that's nice.
It was a cool moment. So that was neat. So he got his bobblehead, and it's obviously the trading card one, so it looks really awesome. Um, and then like it was a great game. Like the people were really behind Yuri. Obviously threw a great game.
Hmm.
Ended up with the 2 earned runs only because God, who the hell was it that came in? Was it
Wagman.
Walker? Wagner. Yeah, came in and gave up the 3 run home run on his. I felt like it was his first pitch. I know it wasn't, but it really felt like it was his first pitch and 3 run homer. There we go.
I know because I remember
Um,
you texted me also like we're gonna blow this.
we're yeah, they're trying real hard to blow this Yuri gem.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
Marcy had a
yeah,
big bases clearing triple,
he
which
did.
he's been
That man
striking out a lot though.
flies. He
Yeah,
flies. And I love that he's taken full or full he's taken the best out of his opportunity here. And
absolutely.
I think if he keeps playing like this, I mean, I know like he's had some struggles because first time in the show, but um he probably could be our starting center fielder next season. I wouldn't be surprised by that at
I,
all.
I think so, and I wouldn't mind it the way he's been playing since he's come up. Now going 2-4 over the last six, brutal when the Braves are right behind you and they're breathing down your neck. Now we
Yeah.
said, okay, well the playoffs are probably out of the question at this point. Right,
Oh
we
yeah.
had a little bit of hope of some entertaining baseball in September, but that's probably out of the question. But we thought, you know what, let's stay in third place. The Braves are now 2 games behind us. I'm starting to question whether we can hold on to that third place in the East. And I think that was a nice little goal that we just randomly came up with, but I don't think that's going to end up happening.
Well, I mean, we can make that happen, I think, or we can lose it in this next series with the Braves.
And that's a perfect lead-in because we got the Braves for 3 games this week, and if they were to sweep us, they take over third place.
Yeah, but if we sweep them, we have a nice 5-game cushion. So
that's a good way to think about it for sure.
No. We really just have to win 1 game, and we're even.
We're okay.
Them, so
yeah, but it's we put ourselves in a tough spot because we were at one point I think it was like 4 or 5 games under 500. We had gotten close to 500 at some point. We were tickling it, and then all of a sudden it just slipped away again. But we got the Braves and the Mets this week. The Braves are right behind us. The Mets are right above us. How many games behind the Mets are we? We are now we're 8 games behind the Mets. We were closer than that earlier also. But that's a big week for the NL East, especially for those 2 teams because they're looking at us. We're floundering and they need these games. So this is the season for I think the 3 of these teams because this is the nail in the coffin for the Marlins. They have a rough week. I mean, I know we're already in trouble, but this is basically the nail in the coffin with 32 games to go. And the Braves and the Mets really need these. And if we were to hypothetically sweep them, and it's a 4-game series against the Mets, if we went 3 or 4 in that series, we basically kill their chances also.
Mm-hmm. We definitely can. I think the Braves series is definitely more winnable than I think coming out of the Mets series will be, only because the Braves are at home. And then we've got Braves series. I think we'll see Eddie and Sandy pitch in that series. So maybe I don't know that I'm hoping 2 out of 3 in that Braves series. I don't sweep would be fantastic, but I don't see that happening with the way the team's been playing lately.
Well, I'm here. I decided to check out the wild card standings just for fun.
Oof.
The Marlins are 8 games back now.
Yeah.
Which I really thought that they would make it interesting, but they're 8 games back. But the Mets are a game and a half ahead of the Reds. This is a huge week for the Mets, especially with that 4-game set against the Marlins.
Yeah.
And then you have the Braves, which are 10 games back. But crazier things have happened because the Braves have been getting hot at the right time. And it looks like all the teams ahead of the Braves are struggling right now. We're struggling. The Giants are struggling. The Cardinals, they beat us 2 out of 3, but they've been struggling. They're 3 out of their last. They've only won 3 out of the last 10. The Diamondbacks struggling. How much would it suck if the Braves somehow make the playoffs?
I think that's a tall ask. It would. Really
I don't
suck.
think it's. I don't
it
think
would
it's
really suck. But I don't know that
they're gonna make it
time
interesting.
Left.
They got 32 games left to make up 10 games. If they'd
have to win like 20
or so
out of those.
If they win 22 out of those 32, they go 22-10. They have a chance. I'm kind of curious now, and this isn't a Braves podcast, but now I'm kind of curious to see what their schedule is looking like because.
No, but as a Marlins
these are those fun moments in
baseball,
though.
Have to be worried about the Braves.
Oh, then they got a 4-game set against the Phillies.
Yeah, that's not going to end well for them.
No. Then they got the Cubs, the Mariners, the Cubs, the Astros, the Nationals, the Tigers, the Nationals, and the Pirates.
Yeah, I mean,
having the Cubs twice is the Cubs twice and the Phillies might be where this fun little ride for the Braves stops. Huh.
Yeah.
All right. Well. All right. So you think Braves we take 1 out of 3?
I think 2 out of 3. It's at home. I can see 2 out of 3 happening.
All right. And what about the Mets? We got a 4-game set against them. And that one I believe is in New York.
Mets, I think. I don't know. I really want to be optimistic and say 2 out of 4, but yeah, I'll say 2 out of 4.
Okay. 2 out of 4. I'm going to say 2 out of 4 with the Mets. I'm going to say 1 out of 3 with the Braves. So we go 3 and 4 over the next 7. We would put it as at 63. What did I say? I said three, right? 64 and 73. So again, the
Yeah.
wild card I think is all but a foregone conclusion. It's done. The little hope
Yeah.
that we had there, it has flamed out. But still entertaining. Look, if we get more games like we had Saturday and Sunday, I mean, even though Saturday we lost, it's entertaining baseball. So it's still fun to watch.
Yeah, and I think that's the key, right? We're watching the team play like good baseball. It's been fun. There's definitely no reason not to go to the ballpark and watch out the rest of the season because
Mm-hmm.
we've got a bunch of, I always say it, the Marlins have the best marketing team in baseball. Like we've got two more good Sunday giveaways, the City Connect soccer jersey and the Phillies game on the 7th.
Oof.
The 14th is Xavier Edwards bobblehead day, and then I also
Xavier
think
Edwards had a
that
rough
is,
week.
yeah, he did. He really did. Yesterday he did okay, but yeah, he's been struggling. But it's the cycle bobblehead giveaway, and then I think it's also Harry Potter. You can buy the package to get the Harry Potter
Love that.
jerseys.
Only 5 series left. Only 5 home series left in the season.
Yep. Yeah.
So
So I would, you know, let's all try and make it out at least once, because season's coming to an end. We're winding down, and there's gonna come a point here soon where we're gonna miss it.
hmm yeah, September 28th is the last game of the season. That's wild.
Yeah,
So it
go
goes by
home.
so fast, and it's such a long season, and yet it still flies by.
Yeah, it really does, and like it's hard to. It's crazy just to think like, oh yeah, we're at the end of the season already. Like, damn,
Mhm.
that
But
went by quick.
but I could appreciate that they gave us a fun summer because I mean,
Yeah,
that little run mid June to what the end of July, no, to till the first week of August, right? Because we peaked at the Yankees series
hmm,
sweep.
yeah,
So from that was what like a solid 6, maybe even 7 week run, which was
yeah,
fun to watch. We coincidentally started back up right around that time also, so
yeah.
it was fun.
It
Those first couple
was.
shows were fun.
And I'm sure as we roll into September, September will still be fun. Like we'll see
Absolutely.
some good names and some prospects come up. So
Yeah, we got the Rockies for a 3 game set, so that should be fun.
yeah, that's always good. We've got the
hmm
Nationals like 7 times to round out the season.
And we
And then
end
the
the season with the
Tigers.
Mets at home, so you could imagine how it's going to be with Mets fans trying to get into that wild card. Like
I
that's a
know.
series to go to, so you could cheer against them. Because
I was just gonna say that. Wouldn't that be awesome to go to just to see him lose?
let me tell you something. Historically, the Marlins, I think it's been twice that they have been the last series for the Mets, and the Marlins have knocked the Mets out of playoff contention. That last series, I believe. I know it's happened once
Yeah,
for sure because I remember my cousins cursing the Marlins to high hell one year. I think it's happened twice, and this would be really cool if it happens a third time. So something to look
that'd
forward
be
to. Hopefully,
fantastic.
the Mets could stay right there in that borderline, and the Marlins knock them out at the very end.
If that happens, you will see me at the ballpark for at least one of those games.
Yeah, September 28th sounds like a good game to go to. That's the last game of the
Yeah.
season. This is going to be full of Mets fans, but it'll be fun.
Well, if it's full of
Any
Mets fans crying, it's worth it.
absolutely. Any final thoughts?
No, just enjoy the run into the end of the season. We're all gonna miss it once it's done and wrapped, even though well, I mean, I still think the team's probably overperformed on where we thought they would be at the beginning of the season. So just enjoy the run in, because once baseball's gone, it's gone for the season. So, you know, also don't, let's enjoy Sandy, because I do think we
Yeah,
keep saying
that
it,
could be
but I
coming
do
to an
think
end. Yeah,
the times are numbered. The days are numbered, so we could be seeing the last couple of starts, or for a couple of players on the team, honestly, that
but
could
you
be
know
moved
what?
elsewhere.
I'm glad that Sandy is. Oh, it seems like the last couple starts picking it up, just
Yeah,
because you want to see him go out on a high note. And on top of the
yeah,
fact that it
absolutely.
also helps the trade value, but you want to see him go out on a high note, and I'm kind of
Yeah,
glad that he's finishing a little stronger than he was.
yeah, I agree. It'd be nice to see him go out for the season on a real high note, and either set himself up to come back with us for spring training and be the ace we need him to be, or increase his trade value and bring back the Hall of Prospects that we need.
For sure. Like I said, this was a rebuild year. I think they overperformed over the summer, made things exciting. I think, unfortunately, because I hate saying it, the real season that you're looking forward to competing is 2027. Because I still think that next year will still be another rebuild year where you add a little more, and hope that we can improve a little more, maybe
Well,
make things a little more exciting.
If you hold on to Sandy going into next year, I think you're saying we're going to try and compete next year, because you're
Would
going to
you,
have
if you had
Sandy,
that option, would you
Yuri,
though?
Eddie, Braxton, Max Meyer, um, Ryan Weathers, Thomas White's knocking on the door. Like, you've got a stable of pitchers ready to go for next season.
How old is
You have
Sandy
to add a
now?
couple bats. Let me see. I had it on
I
my
love
side.
Sandy. I think that giving him up for a couple bats that can contribute in 2027 because of all the pitchers that you just named would be the smarter move.
Sandy's 29.
Okay, he's not that old. He's still,
I
but
know.
I don't know. I think that the move is to move him for a couple bats and get ready to go 2027. Long term, I'm thinking long term. As much as and I know Sandy's special, and it's not an easy decision, but I think that is the long term better move.
Yeah,
We'll
I
see.
mean,
If
it
they
makes
stick with
more
him, I'm not
sense,
hating
but
it, but I
yeah.
think long term, if you can get a couple bats for him, I think that's what you need because you got the arms.
Yeah, because then 27, you're looking at riding Yuri into the season as your ace with.
Hmm.
Well, you probably don't even have. Well, that can be an off-season show. We can hypothesize that stuff.
Yeah. Well, another well, I'm not going to say disappointing. It's an expected and fun week of baseball, especially over the weekend, the extra inning
Yeah.
game last night, and if you were at the stadium for sure with the giveaway. So, all right, if you're listening on audio, appreciate you listening all the way to the end. Please leave us 5 stars, comment, and review, all the good stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please leave us a like and subscribe, and we'll be back next week, hopefully talking about a sweep over the. Man, if we go 7-0, that would be sweet, huh?
Woo. 7-0, man. I don't know. You're gonna bring back up the playoff odds if we go 7 and
Yeah,
0.
for sure. Well, I just want to win those series against the Braves and the Mets. That would be sweet. All right,
Yeah.
but until the next one, have a good one.